Welcome back to the Unexpected Podcast. This is KP.
I'm DJ Reese Boogie. What's up? Hey, look, I got a disclaimer before we start talking a lot. My voice a little raspy. I ain't got no voice, y'all. I had a long weekend outside in the city.
Speaking of a long weekend, how was your Easter?
Man, Easter it ain't Easter no more.
What you mean?
Because we grown now, and you know, as kids, man, everybody used to go to their family functions and had a new outfits on, and I don't know, we used to do a lot of family-oriented events for Easter, but I don't think the past few years I've been outside, like in the clubs, like, you know, bar hopping and doing things like that, of that nature.
You know why that is? A lot of people in our age bracket, we still kind of...
And then I ain't got kids too. That might have a lot to do with it too.
If you don't have kids, if you don't have like that stable home life, it's hard to picture like how our parents used to make sure like, oh, somebody cooks, everybody go over one person's house.
Right.
But now that like we're creating a family dynamic, like this year, my family elected me to host Easter. And I'm like, oh shoot.
At your house?
Yes. And I'm like,
it's usually the newest house too. You might have the newest house. Usually whoever got the newest house, they hosting it too.
Yeah. So
I ain't got no say so.
It was cool. Like it was stressful. And I don't see how they did that for every single holiday.
Right.
But I mean, it's our turn now, you know, to start hosting stuff. Because our parents and stuff, they getting older.
Yeah, and they tired of cooking too. That's what my mama say. She had all them kids, so she tired of cooking for us.
And they might be losing their touch too, because they still, like, they get into a place where they can't have a whole bunch of, like, season no more.
Right. They can't eat the same. They can't taste the food.
So, shoot, it's our turn. We got to...
But let me ask you a question, though. Did you go to church regularly growing up for Easter? Cause we had like Easter suits and everything coming up.
Well, I went to church every Sunday.
Right.
So
you weren't just an Easter baby.
Yeah. Like I went, but now, I mean, this is bad, but I don't go on Easter because it's gonna be too packed. Like
Right.
But
But you know that's how it always used to be though. I ain't been, so I don't know what's going on now since virtual church didn't pop that since the pandemic. I don't really know how churches are no more. But
yeah.
I just know church used to be like fun for Easter. We used to do church. We used to go to the family functions, and, you know, and spend time with the cousins and your nieces and nephews, people you ain't seen in a while. And
that's how it was for us. And we ended up coordinating an Easter egg hunt for the kids. And last year I actually coordinated one for the adults. That was fun. But, you know, like I'll keep Easter.
Oh, shout out to my girl Cynthia too, man. I went to she do an annual Easter event. For like adults and the kids, to where she give out like $1,000 in eggs, you know, throughout the eggs, people finding money for. She started from like 0 to 5, and then she went all the way up to the adults, and she was giving away TVs, Bluetooth. It was like a lot of things, toys and stuff she gave out for Easter. So
that's crazy.
It was a real dope event.
That I had after I did that adult one, I was like, oh, like this could be a dope community event. So that's dope.
Now it was fun though. I really enjoyed the setup. So yeah, I had a long weekend though. I think I was out. How many days on weekend? 3. I think I was at 4.
Wait, what? You said it was 3 days on the weekend. And
but I feel like I was at 4 because I stepped out yesterday to go get some crawfish and eat with my girl. So I feel like I've been rolling for 4 days straight. But yeah, man, I seen a clip talking about Houston. It's the 3rd most cheating city in the country, not in Texas, in the country. And it was just an eye-opener to me because we got a big city, but you got Miami, you got LA, you got, you know, a lot of places that people like to live and visit. But for us to be number 3 on the list, and then the other 2 that's ahead of them is from Texas too. Yeah. In Dallas and Fort Worth. So that's crazy to me. But what you think about that? Because
I mean, I can see how. Now, I had to look up like the metrics that they, you know, took. I was interested in how they came up with that. And they came up with it by the data of the Census Bureau and like Google searches. So it's like the marriage rate, the divorce rate, the separation rate, happiness index, and the Google search interest for like affair sites and stuff like that.
And I know all that stuff is high on the list. Cause shit.
But the crazy thing is, I think it's gonna be kind of inconclusive because, like you said, Houston has so many people compared to all these other states. Right. Like, and so the more you're going to have, the more people you're gonna have, the more options they're gonna see. Just like social media, like when you constantly running into people.
But do you think cheating is going on? Is what I'm asking. Do you think it's a lot of cheating? Because I know it's a lot of cheating that's going on
everywhere.
Right.
But because we have a lot larger population, it's going on more here.
And right. And like on the clip, like old girl said on the clip, man, you know, back in my younger days, man, when I was a player.
Oh, Lord. When you thought you was a player.
Right. But if I stayed on the north side, shit, we was going to the south side because we weren't gonna be seen out there. We ain't know nobody on the south side, so we was going to do all dirt.
Y'all went to go dip.
Oh yeah, we dipping on a whole nother side of town. You know, that people might not see us because, you know, nobody want to get caught cheating. But even when I go out now, man, I run into women and people that I know that they got significant others, and I ain't snitching on y'all. I always keep my mouth closed, but I know that they be I cheat, man. They just, you know, messing around with each other. The city is big though, but it's so small.
It really is,
right.
Which is crazy. And that's what I was gonna say. Like, even though they cheating, look, they gon' get caught because the city is small, especially our community.
Do women cheat better than men? What you think?
I don't know. Like, overall, yes, because
y'all smarter.
Men be telling on.
Yeah, we don't know how to hide. We don't know how to really hide our emotions, and if we cheat and all that type of stuff too. That's why I gave up the game, man, because it's tough to be cheater, man. You got to be strong.
That is just so crazy. Like, y'all really be giving yourselves away. Like, y'all think y'all so player. Like, sometimes, like, you know, if your girl never had a problem, like, picking up your phone, you never had a reaction, and now all of a sudden you bringing your phone to the bathroom with you, like,
right, you doing weird
turning
stuff.
it off at night. Like, come on, man.
Yeah. That's when you know a new number that starts sliding out somewhere. But shit, I think I just think it's the city though, man. I don't know. It's so much to do out here. Because
they also said in the article that, you know, they judged it off of how many places you can meet people. And I'm like,
everywhere. Here, 7 days a week. It ain't
you got something to do every day.
It ain't no curfew in Houston. Ain't no slow down day.
Yeah.
Like I said, I went out yesterday. It was a Monday. I went to the address.
Address?
Man, I haven't heard. They had $10 hookahs. They had $3 margaritas, $5 Patron, and I think they was giving away they was giving away like 5 pounds of crawfish for like $30. So shit, it was packed in there yesterday. It was a Monday after everybody partied on Easter. Because some people was off on Monday, probably. Yeah, I was off too. That's why I went, but I still probably would have went if I wasn't off. But yeah, it's tough though.
It's crawfish season. Speaking of crawfish, just for the viewers, I don't know if I should tell y'all this. Look, I'm like a crawfish connoisseur. And
I don't eat it, so I don't know.
Man, when I tell y'all some of the best crawfish I've had is actually in Midtown.
Midtown?
With the mixed crowd.
Give away the name.
So one is, what is it called? Little Woodrow's.
Little Woodrow's, I heard of that.
But the one in Midtown off of Travis, I think.
Yeah.
Catching Tails is the vendor's name.
That sounds like that ought to be good.
Right. And then they from Louisiana. And Truck Yard. The Truck Yard behind
How often do you eat crawfish though?
What is it called? Hold on. Chapman and Kirby. It's right behind Chapman and Kirby. And they got some of the best crawfish too.
How often do you eat it during crawfish season?
How often? So I used to eat it all the time. Now it's just maybe once or twice a month. But
that ain't bad.
Right. Like, but when you get some good ones, right. So now I'm craving it, so I might eat it every 2
I ate a little bit from Address yesterday, and it was real good.
Really? You know who the vendor was?
I don't like no. I don't like crawfish, but you know, somebody peeled it for me. I ate it. And it was real good. Like I wanted some more. I just hate peeling it. I like to eat it, but I don't like to peel it. I don't like my hands to be nasty.
It's a communion food. Like it's like you and a group of people. Like hookah. Hookah don't really do much. Like
right.
it's just
It's just
social.
I know, and they both too damn expensive for neither one of them not to do nothing. That's the truth on that one. But shit, so we on that. Let's go to the splitting tabs, man.
Yeah. Oh, I'm so tired of this topic. It keep on coming up, but I just thought I'd give my full thought and not ever have to address it again. But there was this, post that basically said that the girl ordered like $47 of food, and when the tab came, they were like, oh, everybody just needs to split it evenly, which would have came out to like $100-something a person. Right. And she was just like, if I only order $47 of food, why would I pay $100-something? Right. Because y'all over ordered, So I understand that. I mean, I feel like it depends on where you're from, right? Right. Because I feel like Southern people, like people from Houston, people in the South, like we are considerate. Like we're not going to, and we're gonna plan, right. what we gonna spend. I think a lot of people from Maryland, New York, New Jersey, like all of those women. No, but for real, I feel like a lot of people up north and out east. That's their mindset of like splitting it equally. But it's like but the comment section got heated because everybody was like, well, if you can't split it equally, then you broke and all of this other stuff. And it's like, that's actually a contradiction because you're the one overspending and making other people pay for your stuff. So it's just like, come on now. Now, I understand splitting equally if y'all all kind of had similar things, give or take $10, $20, right? Like, I don't have a problem doing that.
I think people just need to watch who they go to eat with.
Yes. Because I've been in a couple of those situations.
Right, you go to a function and it's 2 or 3 probably chicks or couples at the table that you don't really know, and they, like you say, they overspending or they just not being considerate of others. And they don't even know sometimes, but black folks now, they'll let you know before you get there, hey, they only say we can do one check.
Mm-hmm. So now that makes sense.
Yeah, so a lot of people already know, okay, I know I'm at the cash out somebody or one person going to take care of the tab. But I have been in those situations to where I have seen people overspend and use people and get mad if the table don't want to split it.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So
let me tell you one story. I went out with a group of people. This happened to me twice. I went out with a group of people. My food never came. And when it came, but it came like an hour late. Everybody else was done. Right. Then when I got it, it was cold and super greasy. So I sent it back. I said, don't worry about it. I'll just grab something when we go to the next spot. When the bill came out, they still wanted me to pay like $100-something.
And you didn't even
eat. I said, are you crazy?
Right. That don't even
I didn't even eat.
That don't even make sense. Even just sitting at the table with somebody that's a drinker.
Yeah.
Because you might not be a drinker. And so you might go in there and get you one drink. But I didn't came in there. I'm a drinker. I done sat down and ordered. Yeah, I done ordered a round of shots. I done got me 4-5 drinks. Yep. Them drinks $20 a tab at some restaurants. And now I'm sitting there with my seat back saying, yeah, everybody got to split this.
And that happened to me once.
Right, that's not fair though.
That is not fair. This girl was like literally ordering. I think I spent maybe $67. And then when the bill came, it was like $187 per person. I said, now, granted, I don't know how much of that was for the person of the hour, right? Like, but I know it wasn't all of it, right? Like, I know we picked up your tab, So I'm just like, y'all gotta.
But yeah, I already didn't put in my head, to be honest with you. If I know I'm going to a dinner and it's gonna be over 5 to 7 people or something like that, I already know the tab gonna be at least $150 and up.
Yeah.
Cause I know gratuity gonna eat you up.
Gratuity
and then
gonna eat
stuff you ain't paid for gonna eat you up. So I would try to bring like an extra 60 because I know I ain't gonna spend nothing but like around 100 on myself.
But see, this is my thing. Like if I'm attending a special occasion with someone that I care about and I know, like I'm already planning to do something extra for them, like in my head. So maybe at the next spot I'm about to buy her a bottle or like whatever the case may be. And so if I'm sitting at dinner and y'all trying to make me pay $200
and then we get to the next spot, y'all ain't gonna even put it in on the bottle.
Exactly.
I get it.
I just feel like the same people who are asking people to split tabs when it's clearly uneven is the same people that'll order a bottle and then ask everybody to split it.
I don't like the calling people broke.
At all.
For them.
Because that's not what that means at all.
People spend their money how they want to spend their money. Obviously, if they came out to the function, they had the money they wanted to spend on themselves. And like I say, if something extra come up, that's fine. But to make me pay for everything you didn't pay for.
That you mismanaged.
Yeah, and I don't even know if you mismanaged it because you probably did it on purpose. Yeah. You know, so some people they rule.
This is your way of getting the most out of Yoda and have other people pay for it.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, if it's a birthday event, y'all celebrating something with a person, that's the only person that really should be
going all out and we picking up
and y'all saying, you know what, I got you, Reese. I got that drink for you. Oh, you gonna get this one for me? And so it all comes out evenly at the end of the day instead of the person who ain't got nothing to do with the party sitting at the other end of the table, sitting there ordering 5-course meals, knowing they ain't gonna pay for it.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's a thing I think that's always gonna be talked about. That's why I think...
Unfortunately, but that's gonna be the last time I talk about it because it's on record.
I just think that you guys got to watch who you go out to eat with, man. And whoever having the dinner, whoever having the function, they need to just be firm with what's going on. But you shouldn't have to treat adults like that, too. Yeah. You shouldn't have to micromanage adults because they want to misuse people. And, you know,
for sure.
I done definitely been there, though. Somebody done definitely put a tab on the table, and I'm looking at it, and it's $700 tab. And I'm like, they talking about split it down the middle. What? Like, man, I had 2 drinks and I don't even eat steak.
You don't even eat nothing.
Right, so I done had me a little salmon or some chicken tenders. And y'all talking about I got to pick up a $150 tab.
Yeah.
So yeah, I didn't been in that situation. But I know my girl hated though. She hated.
I get it, but I mean, to a certain extent, like if y'all ordering family style, you know what I mean? Like if it's a restaurant where you get a big entree and then you order sides for the table.
Right.
Okay,
that makes
that's
sense.
easy, right? Like, or if y'all all kind of had a meal and 2 drinks, cool. Like,
yeah, that makes sense though.
That makes sense. But if it's like a drastic difference where one person spent $60,
I want to say they came in and got that T-bone
and they asking
steak
for $200. Come on now.
You came in and got a $75 steak.
When in reality, one of those people spent $400 and now everybody paying for it. Come on.
How you think we can? What's the solution to this though?
Talk about it before you sit down and order. Like how we doing the checks? Right. So we could come to a consistency.
I say a lot of restaurants, they let you know when you about to do a big party now. They usually let you know, hey, it's only gonna be able to split 1 check or 2 checks or something like that. And I think at that point, whoever having a function should put that out to everybody that's coming, saying, hey, you know, you gotta split the check with everybody else. So eat accordingly.
What would you do if at the beginning they like, okay, we splitting the checks at the end, and then you see everybody kind of like, okay, cool, but you see one person down at the other table like ordering back to back $20 drink.
Me personally, I like to voice myself. I like to speak, so I'm be like,
you're gonna turn it into a joke.
Right, but it's gonna be a joke, but I'm gonna let them know that big dude down there ordering all that goddamn shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's gonna be a joke, because I'm pretty sure we gonna all kind of introduce to know each other.
Like,
and they gonna know.
You thirsty, huh?
Like, goddamn, big boy, damn, they talk about $300 tab. You need to pick that up. You know what I'm saying? Just make a joke out of it to try to ease it up. But I didn't been at the table, man, till, man, one chick, she then grabbed the check and she was like, put names next to what people had. Man, them long checks get real when they get real expensive.
Yeah.
I'm talking about, this was like $1,000 check. And they talk about we had to split.
I think that's what happened.
Man, a girl got that check, man. She started putting names next to it. What you had again? You had 2 drinks? Okay, 2, boom, 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 boom. And she broke it down like that. And I wasn't mad at her. Everybody else was like, oh, man.
To be honest, I wouldn't be mad at her either. Like, you know.
But she was the person that feel like she didn't order a lot.
Yeah.
And they talking about she had to put in like $200, but she literally probably had like a $60 tab. And she was like, nah, we not doing that. I give y'all the extra 20 or 30 for the tip.
Yeah.
But I'm not finna be paying
I mean, at the the end of the day, we grown, like we adults, and you can't expect for people to just spend money for no reason.
Cause you recklessly spend money.
Reckless
and then shit, everybody on different levels though. Shit.
Yeah.
My 9 to 5, what I'm making to what you making, and your 9 to 5 probably ain't done shit.
But even if I'm making, I'm still not doing it.
Man,
like
some
I'm
people
not
don't give a
splurging.
damn about the other people.
It's gonna be my choice what I choose to spend money on. Like if I want to pick up the whole tab, I will. But
it's supposed to be like that.
You're not gonna tell me what I'm gonna spend my money on. Shoot.
I could definitely see you at the next function getting that pen and saying, "Yeah, I had
I'm
this.
I'm not gonna do that.
I had this."
But I'm gonna be like, "Nah, you gonna have to come off a little more. You gonna have to come off a little more."
I done been in all those situations though. I don't think it'll ever end though. I think it'll always be an issue. Mm-hmm. That's why I think when people get older, their circles get smaller.
Yeah.
Because they don't like dealing with that type of stuff. So like this year, my birthday coming up, I already said I don't want no birthday dinner. It'd be too much of a hassle.
Too much.
The dinners are the worst to me because, like you say, first off, people showing up that ain't supposed to be there. They ordering food. It was a lot last year and the year before that, so I said I'm not doing no more birthday dinners. If somebody want to go out to eat, we can go out to eat.
Right.
But as far as me saying I'm finna throw a birthday dinner, I'm not doing no birthday dinner. It's too much of a headache.
I don't think I've ever had.
And I had to pay for my own birthday dinner last year, so that was definitely a no. And all them people that, and I still had to go in my pocket and spend my
They just want money to be there.
Yeah. And I expected to pay for mine, but you still got that one person that you know gonna be like,
"Nah, it's your birthday."
Yeah, I got you, Reese. I got you, man. Shit. Listen, I'm not doing it no more.
Dang.
Yeah, don't even bring it up. It's bad out here, man.
It is.
But we did have Angel Reese. Win the national championship. So I want to give
the
LSU Tigers. She won the all-tourney player of the tournament, I think.
She did?
Yeah, she got that award. She didn't get the player of the year. I think the white girl, Caitlin, got that. But she did get the all-tourney player. I don't know what it's called, but most valuable player in the tournament. But man, she had a lot of controversy behind her. Yeah. That was insane to me. But I this year I got more into watching women basketball because my little girl played basketball. So I've been keeping up with WNBA and college girls basketball. And man, yeah, what's the girl name she did? Caitlin? Yeah. Yeah, Caitlin did the You Can't See Me, the Tony Yayo. I don't even think the kids know where that come from. I think they just doing it. Well, Tony Yayo hit him with it first.
She said right after that game, like she clarified and said that she wasn't saying you can't see me. She said her coach told her maybe she needed to kind of come out or change something or something. And she was just like, can't nothing faze me. I'm good.
Right.
And so I think people just took that and ran with
our
it.
Coach is the Tony Yayo.
They took it and ran with it, but those weren't necessarily her intentions. Now, I have a few thoughts on the whole situation. First, let me say my disclaimer is that I don't believe that Angel Reese deserved the backlash that she received. But I do believe it was a bit of an overkill.
When she followed her.
Yes. And I don't think that has anything to do with classlessness or anything.
Right. She definitely deserved none of them names she was being called.
I just think it was a little immature. But I mean, she a kid.
20 years old.
She's 20. Like, I mean,
and you got all them emotions running through them.
Right.
But this is what, go ahead. You can finish. No, so I got my point.
I think it was a little overkill because, she did it twice at the end of the game. She did it a third time. I think she followed them to the locker room and did it again. Not in the locker room, but towards the locker room. Yeah, like I was like,
how she followed them to the locker room when they celebrating the national thing out there though?
I don't know. That's what the report said. Okay, so
that's a lot.
But
that's overkill. Kid.
But also it was like, okay, I understand the heightened emotions, but it was no immediate respect after the game. They didn't shake hands. They didn't, all of that stuff. Right. So not saying that those particular things isolated moments would have made it a big deal, but everything together, it was just kind of like she created a fake beef to kind of get off. And I understand that because I know that some people have to create like a chip on their shoulder in order to go off. So I get that. I've never been a fan of it, but I get that people, that's how they get their but motivation.
What I don't like about the whole situation is when old girl did it, because that ain't the only thing Caitlyn did. You know, she waved off the
as she should have.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying like she's a shit talker. She's a shit
talker. And Angel Reese, it's nothing wrong with women shit talking because, you know, even back in the day when Black Love and Basketball came out, you know, she had that little statement in there like, oh, when y'all do it, you know.
Right.
But when I do it, y'all tell me to calm down and act like a lady. I'm a ball player. Like, you know, like that was her whole line in there. So it's been like that.
And I just don't understand it because we big it up in men basketball.
Yep.
Like, I love the Dylan Brooks.
Yep.
I love Draymond Green antics. I love players who but I like players who play with the chip on their shoulder, like Patrick Beverly. You know what I'm saying? Like they talk noise and flex on each other and shit. They running each other over out there.
Yeah.
But when the girls do it, it becomes like y'all not representing the sport correctly.
But it's only when
Black.
Right. Because before the game, this is why so many people tuned in. This is the highest viewed sports event, you know, in a long time, even higher than the men's.
Yeah, it was the highest ever.
So the trash talking actually brought people to the game. But then you criticize it. But at the same time, like I said, I do believe it was just a little bit of overkill on her part. But I hope that she just continues to mature as a brand and as a person.
I hope she continue to talk shit.
She can definitely continue to talk shit, but she got to learn how to turn it off.
Right.
Because
I think the following and the extra antics.
The extraness, and because I really felt like her doing it that much, she made it personal. And when the game was over, it should have been done.
Well, she said it was personal. She said that though. Remember, because she said she ain't like how she treated.
Why would it be personal?
Because she got to win though. She got to put this. She had to make this fake analogy.
Exactly.
So she
but that's a little delusional, don't you think?
Nah, players.
I'm not calling her delusional, but
players
I'm
do
just
it all
saying,
the time though. They got to find something.
But why you can't find the grit from being a competitor? Why it gotta be like a fake beat?
She had to not like her in that moment. But she said we got much, after, you know, they finally came out, both of them came out and say, no, we got much respect for each other. Even Kayla said, it don't bother me, shit, I talk shit.
I mean, they had to say
that. But I wish, the only thing I wish would have happened is they would have hugged or shook each other's hands.
I think that's why I'm saying, like, because even while the camera was still rolling, it was just like she just kept doing it. I'm like, okay, at some point you have to let it go because now it just seems like it's personal and you got Caitlyn living rent free in your head. Even
pointing the ring at her. You know, if she would have did it to the crowd, if she would have did it to the coach and her players, like that is different.
I mean, even if she would have did it once to Caitlyn.
Right.
But keeping doing, like, that's just like, okay, all right.
And
like,
Caitlyn was kicking her ass too.
She showed, well, and she took her L. Like, it's not like she was still trying to
Caitlyn, I'm gonna tell y'all one thing. If Caitlyn wasn't in foul trouble, she would have had 50. She had 30 in foul trouble. So just imagine that. She had to sit out the second quarter and some of the third quarter because of foul trouble. And she still had 30.
Yep.
But I'm giving it up to LSU because, you know, I'm black.
Absolutely. But let me ask you a question. So let's talk about the chip or the fake beef that was created, right? Because of their game against USC. What would you do in that situation where it's a girl at the 3-point line or the opposing team, even if it's a man, you know she can't shoot?
Well, it happens all the time in men's sports. That's what I'm saying. Throughout the Russell Westbrook situation, nobody holds him at the 3-point line. Everybody go to the paint and just let him.
Exactly.
Draymond did him like that before.
Exactly. So why would that be a beef like that? I would do the exact same thing.
Right, but I think she like I say, she
created the fake
created
beef.
it because they was in a national championship game. Because shit, to be honest with you,
it was a storyline.
She didn't want to see South Carolina anyway.
No.
You know what I'm saying? They already had beat them in the regular season. But like she say, that's her girl. She know them on that end. Girl. So she made it up in her head.
She made it up in
her head. She had to. And I loved it, though. I appreciate it. It made the game better. It
did.
I think it's going to help women's sports out, especially going into next season. I think the view's going to be there. Everybody definitely going to follow LSU next year because of Angel Reese. She going to get a lot of that. They're going to be waiting till they rematch with Caitlin, so that's going to bring a lot of views if they play each other again next year.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to bring something to the sport, though.
Yeah.
What you think about this, though? Because a lot of people had an issue with Reese talking about this over and over. Mm-hmm. Basically, they feel like she was talking about the WNBA and how much they make. Because she said that she ain't in a rush to go to the WNBA because she making more money than some of the players. Yeah, she making more money than some of the players.
I mean, it's true. It's been a fight for a very long time.
30 years, 28 years, WNBA, 28 years.
It's like, but I mean, we could go, this is a deep topic because it's just like, you see what publicity can do and bring viewers, but you don't see women's sports publicized like you see men's sports. So it's like, it took for beef to bring people to the table. And they didn't even talk about the game. They talked about the beef the whole time. But it's like, it's not to say that they not good because you got plenty of people out there like Caitlin. You know, we had a whole freaking dynasty in Houston, and they sold them.
Right, 4 in a row.
And you can't tell me them stands wasn't full because I went to every game.
Man, I watched some of the basketball this year with the girl. I watched the McDonald girl game because I like the little two bright girls, and they talk noise to each other. They dance and they flexing while they out there making shots and all that type of stuff. Yeah. I think the women's sports is in good hand, though. Women basketball, I think I wouldn't
say good. I think they're getting better.
Right. I think, they just gave them the charter planes after back-to-back. You know, like
they've been fighting for that for like 3 years.
Right. That's why I say, like, in the next 5 years, I think it's going to be another level of basketball.
I hope so, because they ain't got no they can't go down no more.
I know. I need these next few girls that I've been watching, though, because like I said, I ain't been watching the old chicks. I ain't been into it till my girls start playing basketball. So now I'm into it more. But these new girls that's coming up, that's in college right now, and that's leaving high school, that y'all just watching the McDonald game, they're going to be good for the sport.
The girls, so like a lot of girls make way more money overseas than they would,
and that's crazy
here. It's ridiculous. But
that's why Brittany Griner got jammed up. She one of the top players in the WNBA, and she got to leave to go overseas. And she got to
leave and go play overseas in the off season because y'all not paying people.
Right, like and their season's not long enough. They only play 3 months.
What is the
What they playing 30 games? They playing 30 games, right? Around 30 games.
About 38, I think.
Yeah,
like that.
And for 3 months of basketball, like how much money are they gonna make though? Like the NBA is from September to July.
I mean, they can make I'm not saying they should be making the same amount of money. I think the numbers should make sense though. Like if you know in a 6-month period,
right?
You know that the percentage or would bring a salary of at least $100,000. You know, like
I think they should do it like college. I think the WNBA should be played while the NBA going on. They can figure out the scheduling to where...
That's how it used to be.
That's how they going to make more money because they're going to get longer seasons. And they got to pay them longer.
How it used to be.
But, they trying to...
You got to invest to make money. You know what I mean? Like, it's people... They don't
get sponsorships.
But a lot of these owners are using these WNBA teams as, like, little things to show off, you know what I mean, as opposed to actually investing in the team to make it, get on platforms or even just the league. Like, why does the NBA players have to come to the game to put us on a platform?
Right.
Like how Kobe and LeBron and all of them used to.
Chris
now
Paul
because you have daughters, now you come in and I get it, but at the same time, it's like y'all should have been putting them on.
But that's what I'm saying. Even with me, till my daughter started playing basketball, I ain't watched it.
Right.
So I get what you're saying, and it got to be a change somewhere because I actually like it. And I think all the men, once they start watching it, I think they all start liking it because it's real good basketball being played.
Yeah.
I don't like that they got to have endorsements, to make money. I just think that they can pay them people. Man, them $1 billion.
They can definitely pay them.
They $1 billion companies, man.
Because majority of people in the WNBA are making like under $30,000 a year.
Right. I know. I've seen that.
And that's why people are kind of like, I'm going to go out here, work, blood, sweat, tears, possibly get injured, get some lifelong injury. Like, for $30,000.
And one of them said her first 3 years in the league, she was still staying with her mama.
Yeah.
She couldn't afford to go buy her house or take care of herself.
You can't go buy a house, or you can't go get an apartment now in this economy, with $30,000.
And then it's the pretty girls. That's the ones that they, like you say, it's like a show.
Yep.
Because what's old girl name that played for the Sparks about 2 years ago? She talked to the running back now for the Saints. Dang, I can't think of her name. But she won't even get no playing time, and she was on all the commercials
because
she was in a WNBA swimsuit magazine.
Women.
Right, she was in a WNBA magazine. She was on the front cover, and she wasn't even playing. I looked at her stats. I'm like, man, she must be cold. But I went and looked at her stats. She was averaging 3 points a game and 10 minutes a game. And then the Sparks, she ain't in the WNBA no more and still get publicity from the WNBA.
Yep.
So it's just crazy to me how they.
That's what happens when it's a male-dominated world. I'm going to be honest. Things are slowly changing, but it's a male-dominated world. So now the things that you can clearly see, why some things get the attention that it gets, So like you said, Angel
Reese, she pretty. So she getting a lot of, deals and offers and all that type of stuff because old girl that been winning 2 in a row from South Carolina, the center that went number 1. See, I watched the draft and everything.
Yep.
The one just went number 1. She a beast.
She's
been a beast. Ain't nobody been talking about no deals and putting on nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely got a lot to do with the looks too. Mm-hmm. But I'm all for the women talking trash to each other.
And shout out to all the women that are able to remain feminine. Nothing against masculine women or, the LGBTQ plus all of you all. Nothing against them. Nothing against the town boys that just want to dress down every once in a while. But I know that my, role model growing up was Tina Thompson. Mm-hmm. And that's because she was the first person that I saw that represented her femininity while playing the game with the lipstick. Mm. She wore a red lipstick every game. And I was like, dang, okay, girl. So in college, I started getting my nails done before every game because I wanted to feel feminine in such a masculine sport. So shout out to all of y'all that's getting y'all lashes and y'all wigs tight before the game.
Right. It definitely makes the game more fun to watch, I'll tell you that. So... But so women, keep it up. I'm definitely gonna be tuned in. Mm-hmm. I want my baby girl to go to college and I want her to play basketball. Now she's 6'1", 6'2" right now. Mm-hmm. So she's steady growing on me. And so I'm gonna be around the game for a while. So I'm definitely tuned in.
And just make sure that y'all leave the game better than how you came in with it. Just push it a little bit further. Everybody working towards, y'all getting the platform and the money y'all deserve. So
Right. Don't be selfish, what she's saying. Make sure you grow in the sport if you're going to be in the sport.
Okay, yeah.
Well, let's go to what we got next. Oh, let's do the marriage.
So I came across this post earlier today, and it was about women. Some women actually want to get married, but they don't want to have kids. How do you feel about that?
I think they got the right. Mm-hmm. To that decision. I think.
How would you, as a man, if you decided, or well,
that's what I'm getting at. Yeah. I think that's a tough conversation you got to have in the beginning, though. Mm-hmm. I don't think you should wait, a year or two until now your love and your heart is really there. Yeah. You done got down on one knee, you done proposed, and now you talking about, I think it's time for us to start having kids. And then she look at you and say, I never wanted kids. Yeah, so I just think it's all about communication in the beginning. Sure. You got to be open, especially if you really want kids as a man. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of these girls, they city girls anyway, and they don't want no kids. Mm-hmm. So they
Wait a minute. Just because they city girls don't mean. Wait a minute. Not only city girls don't want, okay, so it's very interesting because a while ago, I can't remember who was trying to paint this picture, that women who are over 30 and single and set in their ways are trying to convince themselves that they don't want to have kids.
Right.
And I felt like that was pretty harsh because everyone has a right, you know what I mean? Like, just like you have a right to do whatever. But just because you're like, it's people that's out here having kids and they are single, you know what I mean? Like they chose to go a donor route, you know, because they want kids, a surrogacy or whatever the case may be. But at the same time, it's hard. I think it could be hard for men that do, because a lot of men think about their legacy and things
leaving
like
something
that.
behind.
And most women do want to have kids, but at the same time, there are a small portion of some who really just don't want to have kids.
I know.
And do not try to convince them otherwise, because then you're going to regret it.
Right. And that's what I say. And people be trying to change people too. Mm-hmm. Because they might have that conversation in the beginning.
Yep.
You know that they don't want kids. And you steady sticking around thinking, by the time y'all get married or y'all, get engaged, and now you can bring that conversation back up. And then she gonna hit you with that big dog. I already told you. And flip situation, it might be a guy too, Right. Men, because some men don't want kids.
People, because y'all gonna find out that when y'all do, something happens and y'all do have a child.
They be regretting the baby.
Right. Like.
Yeah. You sit there looking crazy.
And then you're gonna fault that other person for not being as in tune or as nurturing or whatever. And granted, some people do change their mind, but don't expect them to.
Right. They still got that option. And then some women, they got complications. They probably got issues or reasons why they don't want kids, you know?
And even if it's not a health reason or a whole deep reason, some people don't want to have to put a child before their needs. Like some people
I was just about to go there next. Because I got a homegirl who...
And that's okay.
She didn't have one in her 20s. Early 30s, she pushing, right around 40 now. But she liked to travel. Mm-hmm. She liked to, spend, get her bag.
Her extra money gonna be investments or something. You just never know.
She liked to just get up and go and, take care of herself. And she meet men. Sometimes they got kids, sometimes you don't. But they know that she good where she at.
Yeah.
And, that's probably why she's single. But she's happy single, though.
Yes. It's a lot of women that are okay with being the fly auntie.
Right, yeah.
You can pick up the kids when you want to and drop them off when you want to.
Right. I was like that for a man for a long time. I'm almost 40. I really ain't never thought about really having no kids or want no kids. And I've been fine with that. Like my siblings and everybody got kids, but I've never tried to rush or plan out a baby or something like that. I'm at the stage now, if it happens, it happens. I'm not against it, but I still like to do my thing. I still like to go out when I want to go out and enjoy myself too. So.
And I think I'm the opposite, where I started out like, I want kids, Like, I want kids. Like, I already got the names. Like,
right.
But then I slowly, after maybe 28, I was like, dang, I want to see the world. Like, I want to use my money to grow it. Like, I want to do this. I want to do that. Like, it's so much stuff. And I constantly hear, people complain. And I know it's a different type of joy, having children. Right. But at the same time, I knew where I was at that moment. And I'm like, I couldn't imagine having kids right now.
Yeah. Even just me calling some of my friends or somebody with kids and,
They like,
man, they do it, man. They got these kids, bro.
I can't do nothing.
And these kids, I be like, man, I'm going outside.
And now that it's so visible and the support is there for moms, but it's it's so many. Every day I see some mom breaking down on the internet saying how hard it is, and I get it. I'm not the one to back down from a challenge, but at the same time, I know where my capacity is right now. And if I'm not going to be able to pour into my child 100%, I know the time is not right.
Yeah.
So,
shit, because it ain't just about financially, man. You got to be there mentally with them kids. I worked juvenile so long.
You can't take a day off.
Some of them parents had money and them kids were still getting in trouble going to jail just because they didn't have time to be there with the kids. Yep. So they doing whatever they want to do outside. So it's a lot. It's a lot into kids.
Yeah.
But that's speaking from somebody who ain't got none. So.
Yeah.
But listen, man, don't be forcing these women to do nothing they don't want to do. They're going to regret you in it, baby.
Yep.
Because they try to do it to make you happy and y'all still got issues.
You regret them too, because when they be like, no, he got full custody if we break up, then you going to be really sitting down.
Well, they just be having issues too, man, and they think a baby might fix it or keep them there longer. When it kind of pushes them away. Yeah. Especially if they ain't a good daddy. But let's go to the city girls.
The city girl culture.
Yeah, because we didn't already talk about Houston, man. How, we one of the top 3 cities in America that be cheating. We talk about these city girls that don't want no kids. You know what I'm saying? All they want to do is be the fly aunties. So my thing was this with the city girl movement, though. I think it was like a big movement when the city girls actually came out with that song. Mm-hmm. You had the city girls. You had all them ratchet chicks I can't think of. You had the Megan Thee Stallion. All these chicks was talking about how they can get money from a man. They don't want no man. Savage life. They basically, getting down, taking care. But they were getting taken care of by men. Basically doing what men been doing for years, but they was able to do it and be openly talking about it and freely doing it, and they weren't being judged no more. Yes. They actually had all the girls wanting to be city girls. Even the ones that was married, they were trying to get out there in the streets and become city girls. But I think that movement is kind of...
Girls versus women.
All them girls when they got not a girlfriend. All them girls when they got relationships.
Exactly.
And they didn't slow down. So I've been seeing like that movement kind of die down a little bit.
But that also helps when you have celebrities coming out in relationships, right, saying other things, because how many times have artists put out something that they didn't even stand by? Like they went and did
right. I'm gonna say a lot of the city girls, they went in.
They trying to be in love.
I don't know. I just thought about it. Maybe why?
Ain't what's her name? JT.
Yeah, she with Lil Uzi.
Yeah.
They been with each other.
I know, but I'm like, she with Lil Uzi and Carisha out there doing
she ain't
something
got
with
no
Diddy.
Man. But even Megan Thee Stallion, she been with the dude. Yeah. I'm trying to think of the mother girl's name that rap, man. They all been in relationships though. Yeah. And they been, having y'all out here leading y'all wrong.
Let's be honest. All of these women that was the loudest ones screaming savage and all that other stuff and city girls are the most sensitive ones. Right. The ones that just want to be loved and don't know how.
Cause I listen to Summer Walker record and she be talking that talk on there.
It's a lot of controversy
with Summer Walker, but she don't mind getting a man and having babies. Okay. So I just think the city girl movement was slowing down, but I just thought about it. That's because it's been wintertime.
I was just about to say.
Everybody get in a relationship during the winter.
They're going to be back outside.
Oh, summertime, y'all about to drop an anthem.
They're going to be naked.
Yeah, because those girls F.3 last year. Yeah. So I got to see what's going to drop this year before I give y'all that.
And I feel like it's going to amp back up when the Freaknik documentary come out.
Yeah.
And they realize how their parents was acting.
Yeah, I gotta watch that, man, because I wasn't at the Freaknik.
Somebody gonna try to go back and do it, but we had Kappa Beach.
Well, I about to say I went to the Kappa Beach party. I don't know if you was able to go to the Kappa Beach party. Look, but that was my version of the Freaknik. I ain't gotta worry
about seeing me on nothing.
Right, I still got pictures I post on out here now and then. That was my version. I was young too, like 16, 17 at the Kappa.
And people really nervous about seeing their parents and stuff.
All right, they should be. Nobody want to see them in that light.
I ain't worried. I know my mom was in the corner reading a book or something.
Right, but that was it on that, man. I just wanted to speak on the city girls because I feel like I've been outside, but the way they used to talk and the way they've been talking lately, they've been moving different.
And some might be pregnant.
Right, I'm telling you, that wintertime just passed up.
That wintertime be knocking people up.
Yeah, but
even though we ain't really got a winter in Houston for real.
Now, we had like a good 3 weeks about a few weeks ago. That was cool. But yeah, man, that's it for me.
That's it for me, too.
You know what I'm talking about? This is the UnXpected Podcast. I am the only one, DJ Reese Boogie, and that's KP Money, and we out of here.
All right, y'all.